See if we can fit it in.
All right. Staff Sergeant Brian Schnell is going to be here as well. He is the one who did the tandem jump with former President Bush Sr. No pressure there for him, right?
Yeah, and the other thing is the president, because of the winds and the...
Parachuting wings?
For his fifth jump.
Yeah, for his fifth jump. All right. The first one was not something he chose to do. It was when he was ejected from an airplane.
Yeah, he had no choice.
We're also going to be talking with Arizona Senator John Kyle a little bit later in the show as well. And we have a special guest sitting in for Lauren Green.
Patty Ann Brown with us to tell us what's happening around.
So much better off without Saddam Hussein, and that yes, there will be hard times. There are a lot of people that want to do their best to try to disrupt any progress taking place. And he also spoke a little bit about the timeline for how long he thinks U.S. troops should stay in Iraq. So let's listen.
There's
5 different members. There's a security force, the police force, border patrol, a couple others, civil.
Quick.
They're 27,800 men short right now to get the security force up and running.
Right.
They're having problems. Even running out of ammunition, etc., when they're faced with these firefights. And so they do still need help. They need support, and not just from the U.S.
Yeah, the academies, not our problem, but it does make us.
But apparently he's talking about wanting to turn over a new page of peace, that he supports the new interim government. And, you know, as we said before, in a perfect world, he wouldn't have any power. He obviously does. Was there something in the window that interests you?
No, I wanted to see if we have the board up, if we have the nothing in the window.
Oh.
Yeah. The New York Post is here, by the way. We have a big yellow truck.
Okay. Also as well.
Okay.
Just checking things out
you were
this
saying?
morning. No, in a perfect world, he would not have as much pull as he does. He does have pull, and if he's going to be able to get this militia to lay down their arms and to at least stop trying to undermine the new government, I guess they're going to take what they can get at this point.
All right. 11 minutes after the hour, let's change gears and talk a little bit about Saudi Arabia. Same topic, different.
Calls now from our State Department as well as Britain's Foreign Affairs Department that if you are non-essential and you want to leave, please do, because we can't keep you safe in Saudi Arabia. And no one has been arrested. You remember the unbelievable video of the Saudi special forces coming down off the helicopter on the roof. Not a single person. One person's been captured, no charges filed, and the rest of them, all of the terrorists responsible for mowing down 30-plus people, including civilians, all still on the loose.
Some of the Saudi security forces.
That's taking up, as you said, in that tribal area between Afghanistan and Pakistan. They were able to put a big dent, apparently, in the leadership of that organization.
I believe about a third of what they're saying. Meanwhile, coming up straight ahead, 2 top officials assassinated in Iraq. Is more violence.
Thank you so much for joining us, Sergeant Major Steve Greer, U.S. Army retired. Thanks for coming out today.
Take care, guys.
Well, John Kerry's running mate. A new poll is suggesting that John Edwards would be the people's choice, but is he really John Kerry's best bet? From D.C. for a fair and balanced debate, joining us today, Democrats their current temperatures.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything as we were talking about Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. But the current temperatures today, if you had a chance to look at them, Steve will be here with a more some flash flooding and rains in some places. People were using rafts to get around.
Multiple
separate beds. Didn't they?
No. We don't know about it in real life.
No, they were the first ones to not have separate beds. It was a big scandal.
No, the first one, Fred and Wilma.
Really?
Flintstones, separate rocks. They slept on slabs. Right?
Dino,
but then again, he drove with his feet.
Them the whole entire time. All right. Well, let's head to D.C.
Remember, they had a gay old time on Flintstones.
Yes, they did. They sure did. Steve Centani could be having the same. We're going to be speaking to Evan Coleman. He's a terrorism analyst. We're going to be talking about the situation in Saudi Arabia, as well as a pretty big nab in Pakistan, plus the situation in Iraq as well.
Yeah, and what are those 3 operations we hear going on?
Our normal Lauren Green is not in today.
You made Steve smile, by the way. It's not easy on a Monday.
It is. You okay back there? Lauren Green is off today, and your latest on a deadly car bomb.
Militia that's launching attacks against fellow Iraqis in an effort to get the coalition out. It's not going to work. So he is taking more of a conciliatory tone, saying that he wants to turn over a new leaf for peace, as long as it leads to the eventual departing of coalition forces.
All right, 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Let's